Okay, so Michael obviously sent the mockup files to me, which I cleaned in Motion Builder, then took the cleaned files, so I cleaned characters separately, then assembled them in Motion Builder, then took them into Blender, where the facials of each characters were ready, edited the facials, then combined the body and the face in Blender, and after combining, took the characters to Marvelous Designer, where we simulated, brought the clothes back into Blender, and then sent the Blender file to Michael. Yeah. I think working in the Blender interface was the most technical because me, I'm a Maya person, so it was sort of new. And the problem initially was I set the Blender interface to Maya shortcuts, so it was easy for me to navigate. But then when I ran into issues and I asked Michael, he told me the Blender shortcuts, but I was using Maya shortcuts. So at the end of the day, I had to now still go and look for the Maya shortcuts to find the solutions to, so it was just the Blender interface and all that was the most challenging. There's something with mocap that it can only take you so far. Then you as an animator, you have to add the emotions. So, the slave scenes where the slave trader had to hit the girl, she wasn't there. So I had to just picture her being there, and also the other slaves that were all, the facial expressions, how they reacted to the girl being hit, even though she wasn't there, so it's just trying to put those emotions that mocap lacks as an animator, as a traditional animator. So, and also they had props. One of them had a gun, another one a stick. So constraining those props to the characters and now taking the characters and props to Blender, where there was somehow an offset issue that it was hard to correct. So I had to now manually try to match up those props with the characters in Blender. So there were some back and forth, but in all, it was really, there's something about facing challenges that makes you learn. So it was really challenging and also a learning process for me.
Under the full moon, but never, ever like this.
Get up!
We used to hallow and respect the blood in our veins and the color of our skin. We were once the proud tamers of the garden land, lords of Alkebulan. At least, that's what my father said.
Based on working together for like 4 years now, if I'm correct, yeah, 4 years, we've sort of understood ourselves, so we know how to work together and how to get the particular results that we can all agree on, So even when something is lacking to some extent, someone else can just chip in and, so I think we have our times when one person is a perfectionist and another person is lazy and you're like, come on, then it's sort of, I think we take it in turns. So there's no one person that is, sometimes it can be Michael, sometimes it can be Joel. Because, the thing about animating is it's interesting, but at the same time, it can be very tiring. So sometimes we can just be in that state of, oh God, we just want to get it done. Then we'll have somebody amongst one of us that will be the voice of reason saying, you have to get it right. Not necessarily how fast, but how well. So I think we've just formed a great team over the years, and yeah, we call ourselves the real G's. So yeah, so it's really interesting, and we learn from each other, so yeah. I love working with Michael and Joel, yeah.